My name is Rose Coleman, and I want to talk to you about my cousin Doris, who sent me this memoir of a playbill about no matter what. That's the name of it.
Hi, my name is Douglas Bailey. I'm 33 years old, was born in New York and later raised in Plainfield, New Jersey. And the item I'm here to talk about today is my grandfather's tie. My grandfather's name was James Harwell.
My name is Shakira Nicole Jordan, and what I have here is a T-shirt that I received from my Aunt Kelly Hilland. Um, it has the American flag on it. It's a little faded a little bit. Um, what I think of when I am holding this shirt or when I see it is that my aunt going through her belongings and deciding what she wants to keep and what she wants to discard. And I saw this shirt and I liked it, so she gave it to me. It also actually makes me think of the time that she deployed to Iraq when I was in 11th grade. It kind of is symbolic of that, um, just because I didn't have her here for that year that she was in Iraq. So,
She is a person who likes to tell you what is real in her life and what has happened in the years, long time ago in the family. She knows about our background, her mother and my grandmother and sisters. When I look at this here pamphlet, which is written by another cousin, this reminds me of how Doris was so nice enough to give this to me. This is her memoir, and she wanted to share it with me.
And I'm looking at a tie that my grandfather um, gave to me. He actually tied this tie on my neck the day of my Aunt Jenny's funeral in Virginia. And I remember him tying this on my neck because I still, I didn't tie the tie the way that he tied the tie. So I think I had borrowed the tie from him. He just kind of took me into his room and looked through a couple of ties, and I was trying to put it on, and he kind of grabbed it. He said, "Oh, boy, let me tell you how to put this tie on the right way." And I just remember him looking at me and him tying the tie, and I smelled his cologne, and it was a very, very somber day. But I just felt like my Aunt Jenny was there, her spirit was there, and my grandfather was passing on some type of strength to me when he was tying this on my neck. And he told me that day that I would always have to be strong, and that there would be days like this, that people get old and they pass away. My grandfather wasn't afraid of that. He was very, how do I say, he just was very, he was very comfortable in his stance in terms of death. It's hard to say it, but he really was. He knew that that day would come, and he just always told me that I would have to be strong, and he just wanted me to be a proud man, and to make sure that I always did the right thing, and that I always strived to educate myself and read, and he was very big on reading, and very big on education, and very big on stability and having a job. And he actually got a chance to shake President Barack Obama's hand um, at one point during, yeah, the Obama was doing his tour, and he came through Delaware where my mother lives, and my grandfather and grandmother traveled up and got a chance to see them. And him being so closely related to that time, the civil rights movement, him and his friends attended the March on Washington. For him to see a moment like that where we had a black president, it was just a very amazing moment for him. And he just believed that me as his grandson, that I would be able to have opportunities that he didn't have. And he just stressed that I took advantage of those opportunities in the best way. And this tie definitely represents strength for me. And not only the things that he said, but the way that he carried himself, the way that he dressed. He wasn't a fan of, I had cornrows at one point, I wore baggy clothes. He wasn't really a fan of that. He was a fan of always making sure that you were presentable. And, he always dressed very nicely. The last time I wore this tie, strangely enough, was the day before he passed away. Me and my girlfriend, we went to a friend of hers. She got married. A friend of my girlfriend's got married, and I wore this tie. And the next morning, I got the phone call that my grandfather passed away. So, when I look at this tie, I think about him, and I think about the example that he set for me. And, like I said, I'm just very, very grateful that his presence was in my life. He made me a better man. He made me want to strive for more. Even though he's not here anymore, I still think about things that he would say or things that he would encourage me to do. But his presence is still with me, and it will always be with me. But, yep, that's what I think about when I see this tie. So, to my grandfather, James Harwell, rest in peace.